Hello guys, Exeter here and welcome to Foxed Freshly. This is what the module will look like. It will look reminiscent of Bamboozled Foxed Grid, and it works in a sort of similar way, but of course looks slightly different in terms of the screens. I've turned on colorblind mode just for the color identification part of it, but when you get good enough at it you can do it without. So the first part of this module is to read both the screens. And then we will use those to find 8 buttons to press to satisfy conditions given by the messages in order that is displayed. Top 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right 1, 2, 3, 4. So first of all, let's just note down the colours for the two screens. We have orange, rose, cyan, and yellow, the top screen. Then we have grey, orange, magenta, and green for the right screen. Now let's get the appending messages before anything, and they'll be either the fox, or misspelt, or nothing. You can sort of tell which one it is by if it's 1 3-letter word, it's fox, 2 3-letter words, it's the fox, and if it's a long word before another word, it's misspelt. So we have fox, the fox, the fox. And then this one is nothing, the fox, and the fox. So we didn't actually get misspelt as one of them, but do know that one can also appear. Now let's get the names. These names can either be spelled correctly but incorrectly, or only display the first and last letters. So let's start out with the top screen and the first one, which seems to only be 2 letters. We have those 2 letters, which looks like that is K and something else. KL, I think, must possibly. Yeah, K and L. This feels like a first and last letter one, and it would be because that's crystal. Second one is also 2 letters, I think. Yep. We have M and X, MX, which is Madfox. Third screen, we have S and then something else. SI, I think, possibly. SIMON, Simon. Spelled correctly. Finally, there's FT, I think. FT, which is fidgets. Now looking at the other screen, we have, is that the same one we had? That's KL again, I think. Yeah, it is. So that's KL again, or crystal. You notice all of these are actually names of foxes, like pop culture foxes, I would say. So we then have F, something. Fi? That might be fidget. FIDG of FIDJ. ET, yeah. That's fidget, but it's spelled wrong because it's a J instead of a G. Yeah. So next one we have that crystal again. I think that is crystal again. It is, yeah. KL again. Crystal. And final screen we have something A, MA. So it could be Mad Fox, could be Mangle. MA. R. There's another one. Could be Marcus. MAR. MARC US, I think it is. US, yeah. So now we have all of the screens. We can now figure out the initial values. And the reason we needed to see whether or not it was spelled correctly, spelled incorrectly, or just the first and last letters. Do note that F will appear as double F if it's the first and last letters. And a misspelling, do not be caught by this, a misspelling of F can be EF, which might look like a first and last letter one. So now we're going to find each of these foxes in this table here in reading order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on to get their initial values, and then we'll take into account their written form afterwards. So crystal is 12. You put that on these ones as well. Mad Fox is 6, 12, 13, 14. Simon is 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Fidget is sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put that here as well. And then Marcus is 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And now we're going to look at how they're written. If it's spelled incorrectly, so we only have one of those, fidget, we're going to add 34 to their value. So in this case, 6 plus 34 gives us 40 instead. And now, if it's just the first and last letters, we're going to be adding 69 to it instead. So 12 plus 69, we get 81. 14 plus 69 is 83. 6 plus 69 is 75. 12 plus 69 we did, 81. And 81 again. And then any of the ones that are spelled right, so like Simon and Marcus here, just stay as they are. So now we're going to be altering these values using one of the colours on one of the other screens. So, first one we have is Fox. If the message says Fox, use the colour of the current message on the other screen. So for this one, we're going to look at the first one on the other screen, I guess A or grey, as you can see down here, which tells us to swap the digits. So our first number is 18. Move to the next one. It's Fox again. Current message on the other screen. O. Add the product of the digits. 8 times 3 plus 83 is 107, or because we're taking the last two digits, 07. Its first digit is 0 if it's less than 10, by the way. But just go again. This is Fox. We're looking at the orange one, product digits. So it's 83 plus 8 times 3, which gives 107, and we only need the last two digits. So 07. The Fox requires the colour of the next message on the current screen. So look at yellow here, which tells us to subtract the number from 100. 100 minus 23 is 77. And the Fox again, we look at the next one. If it's the last message, we loop back around to the first one. So we're looking at orange here, which we just did, add the product of the digits. 75 plus 7 times 5 is 110 or 10. Nothing. Use the colour it is currently written in, so grey, which tells us to sort the digits. 18 again. The Fox is next message on the current screen. So we're looking at magenta for this one. Subtract 5 times the second digit. 40 minus 5 times the second digit, which is 0, gives us 40. Yep. The Fox again. Next message on the current screen, green. Subtract the sum of the digits. So 81 minus 8 minus 1 is 72. Finally, the Fox again. Next message on the current screen, which is looping back around to the start, gives us A, or grey, so we're sorting the digits again, 61. These are our values. And now we're going to use this, we're going to reference this table to get ourselves a list of letters, which will correspond to colours, and then we'll alter it if need be. So, "18" gives us L, 7 gives us Z, 77 gives us green, or G, 10 gives us B, 18 gives us L, 40 gives us A, 72 gives us J, and 61 gives us C. We might not have these letters on our thing though, so in order for that, we're going to use the next letter in alphabetical order when we have an insufficient amount of buttons. So L we have one, so we can use that. Z we have one, we can use that. G we have one, we can use that. B we have one, we can use that. We've already used up our L, so we need to move on to subsequent letters. We don't have any M's. We do have O's though, so this L becomes an O. A we have. J we do not have. We do have a K though, so we can use that. And C, we do not have. D, E, F, G. G is the next one. And we have spare G's, so we can use that. So hopefully, if we have done this right, when there's multiple instances where you click the first one in reading order, that has not been currently pressed. So hopefully if we've done this right, we should be pressing L, Z, G, B, O, A, K, and then G. We get self module. So that was Foxed Freshly. This module, as you see, is reminiscent of both Bamboozled Again and Bamboozled Button Grid. It's sort of a mishmash of the two, but includes foxes as well. So hopefully this module makes sense. No, is there anything here that I need to explain? No, all of these seem self-explanatory. Here are all the names if you're wondering. And this shows you the one-letter abbreviations. If you strike, like pressing a wrong button, the button's pressed reset to 0, so you had to do it from the start again. So hopefully Foxed Freshly makes a bit more sense now, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. I'll see you later.